My family recently got together over spring break to go take my sister Sadie's senior pictures at my district's administration building. I was going along a trail and I saw the Jane Weaver Discovery Lab, which sat just at the back of the building. This lab was named after Miss Weaver because she spent more than 3 decades in public education, dedicating her time and energy into the needs of her students. In my district, she was an elementary school science teacher whose passion was to bring her science lessons to life in real-world environments. She created the Prairie Project, in which students in elementary school would go out to the prairie land and interact with their environment, looking at plants and finding animals. This project even got the attention of Jane Goodall and started a friendship between the two. And this is especially significant to me because Jane Weaver, the dedicated local educator, is my grandmother. We recently celebrated Texas Public Schools, and my district's administration building with my grandmother's recognition would not have been made possible without the funding of public education made by not only our community, but the state as well. Although the topic of public education funding has been one of recent debate, I think it's important to discuss, and the 4 Ways test provides me a way to measure the importance of public education funding. So, let's use the 4 Ways test as one means of examining merit. First and foremost, let's ask ourselves, is it the truth? The truth is that public education serves as the cornerstone of a democratic society, providing equal opportunities to all, regardless of background and circumstances. Public education funding allows for students to become more successful in the future, gaining opportunities and having access to an education. According to the National School Board Action Center, 61% of voters support the idea of funding of public schools. This just shows us that more than half of our voters support public education funding. However, the truth also reveals a stark reality. Funding disparities exist, perpetuating inequality and hindering the realizations of our shared aspirations for a fair and just society. This brings me to the next pillar. Is it fair to all concerned? Fairness dictates that every child, irrespective of their socioeconomic status, deserves access to a quality education. Yet when funding is not shared equally, it worsens existing disparities, widening the gap between affluent and disadvantaged communities. In many communities, inadequate funding translates into overcrowded classrooms, outdated resources, and limited extracurricular opportunities, depriving students of enriching experiences that are necessary for development. Furthermore, it recently came out that the state of Texas legislature has approximately $4 billion in surplus for funding of public education. Yet, because of political divisiveness, public schools are suffering, and school districts are not getting an increase in student allotment, which can cause the layoff of teachers and cancellations of programs in our schools. Therefore, to uphold the principles of fairness, we must advocate for equitable funding mechanisms that prioritize the needs of our communities. Next, let us ponder. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? I am the product of the public school education system. The opportunities afforded to me by attending public school have allowed me to form stronger bonds with others. Because of student allotment given to my district, I am fortunate enough to take part of a special program class called On-Ramps. This class and curriculum has allowed me to connect with my classmates, and I have made friends through this class. And I now have my best friends through this curriculum that was only made possible through the use of public education funding. By providing schools with resources and support they need for success, I am now able to walk into my honors classroom every morning with a smile on my face and sit next to my best friends as we navigate the world. Thus, by fostering education funding, we sow the seeds of goodwill and forge stronger bonds of friendship with individuals of all walks of life. Lastly, let us ask, will it be beneficial to all concerned? The benefits of investing in public education go far beyond the confines of the classroom. A study done at Northwestern University states that when public spending rose, graduation rates increased by 7%. Students exposed to the spending had 7% higher wages as adults and 3% lower risk of adult poverty. This also helps our teachers as well. Not only do they get an increase in pay, they get the opportunity to connect with the students one-on-one and form a bond with each and every one of their students. So as we look into the future, let us reaffirm our commitment to funding of public education. Let us stand together in solidarity with our students, educators, and community as we advocate for the investment they deserve. Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon in which you can use to change the world." Let us wield this weapon wisely and invest boldly in the future of our children, our communities, and the world. Thank you.